Yeah.
Pretty nice city to live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice. And what do you like to do for fun? What do you do in your free time?
For fun, well, most of the time I take care of the kids because I'm here by cultural exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So I live with a family and I help them to take care of their kids 5 hours a day. And besides this time, I usually practice my English.
Okay. Nice. Um, all good things to do. And Salvatore, welcome to class. Salvatore, how's it going?
Hi Josh, I'm fine. Nice to see you again, teacher.
Nice to see you too. Um, and Salvatore, what have you been up to today?
Today I stayed at home, just relax, teacher.
Okay. Stay at home, just relax. Sounds good.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and Niels,
Sometimes I
go
need
ahead.
the teacher. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
sometimes
need,
it's necessary.
yeah.
Good. Niels, welcome to class as well. Niels, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Nice. Okay. And Niels, what did you do today?
Well, not very much. Been inside of the house all day, reading newspapers, done a bit of shopping for the after of the evening meal. That's about all.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, nice. We've also got Jose. Jose, welcome back. How's it going?
I'm doing very well, Joshua. Thanks for asking, and you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. And what'd you do today? What'd you do today, Jose?
Today I spent all the day with friends and with my family.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Um, and what'd you guys do?
Uh, I was walking around the park with my children and with my friends. After that, I had a lunch with them.
Okay. Okay. Good. And David, welcome to class. David Fernandez.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. And what'd you do today, David?
Today was a swimming pool day. I spent the entire day at the swimming pool with my family. I had lunch in my in-laws' house, some running in the afternoon, and now I'm taking one class.
Okay. All right, nice. And we've also got Adela. Welcome back. Adela, how are you?
Hi, thanks.
Hey. And Adela, how's it going?
I'm doing well. I go to the waterfall this today hiking.
Awesome.
It's very interesting.
Did you go swimming?
Yes, but it's cool the water because it's a river, it's a stream in a mountain. It's very cool.
Nice. That sounds really nice. Sounds like a good day. Um, okay. And David Rodriguez, welcome to class. How's it going?
Hi Joshua, I am doing well. What about you?
Doing pretty well, thank you. Anything exciting this weekend, David?
No, no, Joshua. I stay at home the weekend.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I've been dreaming about crepes and waffles. But good. And Isabella, welcome to class. Isabella, how's it going?
Hello, I'm good, and you?
I'm doing really, really well. Thank you for asking. Isabella, what'd you do today?
I just studied.
Just studying? Okay, what have you been studying? English?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay. And all right, how's the Spanish going?
Oh, it's like not difficult, but it's I don't know what's the word. But my grandfather and my grandmother is Spanish, and then they help me,
Okay. Cool.
so it's easier.
And so yeah, at least you've got it in your family, so you've heard it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Welcome back.
Okay.
And Ken, what are your plans for the rest of the day? I know it's pretty early there still. What are you gonna do all day?
Today I'm off today, so I'm spending the holiday today.
Nice. What are you gonna do with your holiday?
Weather is cool and cloudy, so I'm thinking what should I do? Yeah, it's not so fine weather here now. And
Okay.
kind of morning glow was beautiful, but after that weather
Not so
turned to
much.
be cloudy. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, well, yeah, hopefully it clears up maybe, and you can do something fun with your day.
Okay, thank you.
But I think we're good. Let's go into today's class. So it'll be a what if. And let's start with Victoria. Can you read the question?
Yes, sure. What if there was a robot apocalypse? How long would humanity last?
Good. Can you repeat apocalypse?
Apocalypse? Apocalypse,
Apocalypse.
right?
And yeah, that was perfect.
Okay.
So robot apocalypse. Salvatore, how long do you think humanity would last?
Well, that's an interesting question to answer. I think with introduction of modern technologies, it's much easier to live. Well, maybe I haven't understood a question correctly. Could you show me again?
Yeah. So the question is, how long would humanity last in a robot apocalypse? If the robots were trying to kill us.
Well, could you maybe paraphrase
Yeah.
the word apocalypse?
The idea is that if all the robots gang up and try to kill us,
Yeah.
how long would we last?
Okay. Well, we wouldn't last for a long time, I guess. I have no idea, really.
Salvatore, what do you think?
I think if there will be apocalypse robot, the robot kill humans and they govern the world, and human should work for a robot, maybe.
Okay. Or robots. So it'll be kind of like the Matrix or the Terminator or something like that. All right. Nice. I think that's a good theory. Let's have Niels. Can you read the first two paragraphs?
Yes. Before I answer this question, let me give you a little background on where I'm coming from. I'm by no means an expert, but I have some experience with robotics. My first job out of college was working on robots at NASA, and my undergraduate degree project was on robotic navigation. I spent my teenage years participating in FIRST Robotics, programming software, bots to fight in virtual tournaments, and working on homemade underwater rows. And I've watched plenty of robot wars, battle bots, and killer robots, robo games.
Good. You did a nice job with your pronunciation. Does
Thank you.
anybody have any questions so far?
I don't know what does ROVs means.
Okay. Does
ROV.
anybody know what an ROV is?
What did you? I didn't hear the question.
I don't know what
It's
does ROVs means. Mean.
Oh. Mm.
remotely operated underwater vehicle. Remotely operated vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go here, this would be like a rove. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that's not where we wanted. Okay. And Jose, can you read the next two paragraphs?
Okay. If all that experience has taught me anything, is that the robot revolution will end quickly, because the robots will all break down or get stuck against walls. Robots never ever work right. What people don't appreciate when the picture Terminator-style automatons striding triumphantly across a mountain of human skulls is how hard it is to keep your footing on something as unstable as a mountain of human skulls. Most humans probably couldn't manage it, and they've had a lifetime of practice at walking without falling over.
Good. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to Niels really quickly. Can you repeat NASA, Niels?
NASA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NASA's
I
the
said, I
space
said
program.
NASA. NASA. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jose, can you repeat
Yes,
automatons?
automatons,
So Terminator-style automatons triumphantly.
triumphantly,
Yeah, triumphantly.
triumphantly,
Yeah, triumphantly. And skulls.
skulls.
Next time?
But why is NASA not pronounced NASA? Sorry.
I'm actually not sure. I don't know why. It's just NASA.
Yeah. Right.
Lifetime.
Yeah. Good.
Lifetime.
Perfect. Nice job, Jose. And so, does anybody have any questions so far?
Yes, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
What is striding triumphantly?
Triumphantly.
Yeah.
So, striding. Does anybody know what striding means?
To try to work hard to achieve something, striving to get a result.
That's more striving. Striding with a
Striving, yeah.
D
Well,
is just
when
like
you a large step, I think.
yeah, taking large steps. So a stride is like a long step. And triumphantly. What does triumphantly mean? Or what does triumphant mean?
When you win something,
Yeah. When you win something, you are triumphant, for sure. So you're striding across a mountain of human skulls triumphantly. So the robots have won, and they are taking large steps across the mountain of our skulls. That's what that means. Does that make sense, Salvatore?
Yes, Josh. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Right. Isabella, can you read the next two paragraphs?
Yes, teacher, but could you just please zoom your screen?
How's that?
More.
I'm
Great
not
now.
sure.
Great.
So there we
Thank
go.
you.
So can you start with of course?
Yeah. Of course, our technology is constantly improving, but we have a long way to go. Instead of the typical futuristic robot apocalypse scenario, let's suppose that our current machines turn against us. We won't assume any technological advances, just that all our current machines were reprogrammed to blindly attack us using existing technology.
Good. You did a good job with your pronunciation there. What about this
Thank
next
you.
paragraph? This next sentence, really.
Here are a few snapshots of what an actual robot apocalypse might look like. How do I
Apocalypse.
pronounce apocalypse? Okay.
Okay, good. And does anybody have any questions here?
No.
Okay, let's move on. Isabella, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller again,
Okay.
just so we can see everything. And let's have David. David Rodriguez, can you read the first paragraph?
Yeah, Joshua. In labs everywhere, experimental robots will leap up from lab bench in a murderous rage, locate the door, and with a tremendous crash, blow into it and fall over.
Plow into it. Can you repeat plow into it?
Plow into it.
Yeah, plow into it and fall over. Good. And can you read the next paragraph as well?
Those roads lucky enough to have limbs that can operate a door knob or to have the door left open for them will have to contend with deceptively tricky rubber thresholds before they could get into the hallway.
Good. Really nice job with deceptively tricky. That was really good pronunciation.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions here?
A deceptively tricky rubber. Deceptively.
Does anybody know what deceptively means?
No.
Okay. What does deceive mean? Does it anybody know? Maybe David?
To fool me.
Yeah, deceive is to fool.
Is sometimes is okay.
To cheat.
It's not to, well, it can be to cheat. In this case, it's not necessarily cheating, it's just deceptively. So, something that seems one way. Sorry?
Make someone getting confused.
Yeah, confusingly. Yeah. So if you seem one way, but you are another way. So these rubber thresholds seem easy to navigate. They seem simple, but they are deceptive in that they are tricky. So they are difficult to maneuver around. Even though they seem like they should be easy, they are not. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Heidi, how's it going?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. And welcome to class. Yeah, how's your day going?
Today is very good. Sky is bright.
Okay.
Even though it's rainy season.
Okay. That's funny. Ken, I think where Ken is, it's kind of rainy and cloudy.
He's living another place.
Mhm.
The weather is moving from his place to my place. Maybe later
Oh, no.
it will be crowded.
Okay.
Cloud.
All right.
Yeah, cloudy. I'm sorry.
And David Fernandez, can you read the next part?
Yes. Hours later, most of them could be found in nearby bathrooms trying desperately to exterminate what they have identified as a human overlord, but is actually a paper towel dispenser.
Any questions here?
No.
Okay. And can you read the comic as well, David Fernandez?
Unlikely, Sarah Connor. Likely, bong bong bong.
Good. And Adela, can you read the next? Well, actually, let's have David Fernandez one more small paragraph.
Okay, but robotics labs are only a small part of the revolution. There are computers all around us. What about the machines closest to us? Could our cell phones turn against us?
Good. Nice pronunciation. Adela, can you read the next paragraph?
There are computers all around us. Okay, sorry. Yes, but their options for attacking us are limited. They could run up huge credit card bills, but the computers will control our financial system anyway. And frankly, judging from the headlines lately, that might be more of a liability than an asset. Asset? I don't know the pronunciation.
Asset.
Okay.
Good. They could run a future. Yeah. And any questions here so far?
No.
Okay. Adela, can you read the next paragraph?
So the phones would be reduced to attacking us directly. It will start with annoying ringtones and piercing noise. The kitchen tables around the country will rate, and the phones alternate or their vibrate functions, hoping to work their way to edge and fall on unprotected toes.
Functions.
Functions.
Functions. Good.
Functions.
And good. So the telephone is vibrating. Victoria, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes, sure. All modern cars contain computers, so they'd join the revolution. But most of them are parked, even if they were able to get in gear without a human at the wheel. Few of them have any way to tell where they are going. They might want to run us down, Futurama style, but they'd have no way to find us. They'd have to accelerate blindly and hope they hit something important. And there are a lot more trees and telephone poles in the world than human targets.
Good. Wheel.
Mhm. Okay.
Good. And yeah, nicely done. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. Salvatore, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. The cars currently on the road would be more dangerous, but mainly to the occupants, which raises a question: how many people are driving at any given time? Americans drive 3 trillion miles each year, and moving cars average around 30 miles per hour, which means that there are normally an average of about 10 million cars on US roads.
Okay. Let's look at occupants.
Occupants.
It's more like occupants. Occupants.
Occupants.
Occupants. It's got like a U. Occupants.
Occupants.
Yeah, occupants.
Occupants.
And trillion.
Trillion.
Hour.
Hour.
Average.
Average.
Yeah, try it with 2 syllables. Average.
Average.
Good. Nicely done. And so, yeah, this is his math. And Niels, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. So those 10 million drivers and a few million passengers would definitely be in peril, but they'd have some option to fight back. While the cars might be able to control the throttle and disable the power steering, the driver would still control the steering wheel, which has direct mechanical linkage to the wheels. The driver could also pull the parking brake, although I know from experience how easily a car can drive with one of those on. Some cars might try to disable the drivers by deploying the airbags, then roll over or drive into things. In the end, our cars would probably take a heavy toll, but not a decisive one.
Nice. Good job with decisive. Heavy toll.
Toll, yeah. Toll.
Yeah, really well done. Yeah, good reading. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. And Jose, can you read the next one?
Okay. Our biggest robots are the ones found in factories, but those are bolted to the floor. While they're dangerous if you happen to within arm's reach, what would they do once everyone fled? All they can really do is assemble things. Half of them will probably try to attack us by not assembling things, and half by assembling more things. The end result will be no real change.
Good.
Battle.
Okay.
Yes.
One thing. What would they do once everyone fled? Can you repeat that?
What will they do once everyone fled?
Good. And actually, we've got an error here. Happen to be within arm's reach.
Happen to
So
within arm's reach. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And Isabella, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. Could you zoom again?
Yes.
Battle bots, on the face of it, seem like they'd be among the most dangerous robo-soldiers. But it's hard to feel threatened by something that you can evade by sitting on the kitchen counter and destroy by letting the sink overflow.
Good. That sounded great. Maybe, yeah. And so this is an image of that. Heidi, can you read the next paragraph? Sorry.
Yeah.
There we are.
Okay. military bomb disposer and a robot control robot would be a little more menacing. But there are only so many of them in the world, and most of them are likely kept in the boxes or strange lockers. Any stray machine gun armed or prototype military robot that did get loose could be subdued in seconds by a couple of firefighters.
Good. Okay, so lockers,
Lockers,
and machine gun armed prototype military robots.
a machine gun armed prototype military robot.
Good. That did get loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just emphasize did. That did get loose.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, can you repeat that? That did get loose?
That did get loose.
That did get loose.
That did get loose.
We want to emphasize did, not get. So, one more time. Any stray machine gun armed prototype military robots that did get loose.
Any stray machine gun armed prototype military robot that did get loose would be subdued in the seconds.
Okay, good. Yeah, we do emphasize did a little bit more here, but that sounded really great. You did a nice job. Okay, and David, can you read the next part?
What David or David?
David Rodriguez.
Sure. Military drones probably fit the Terminator description more closely than anything else around, and there is no getting around the fact that they'd be pretty dangerous. However, they'd quickly run out of both fuel and missiles. Furthermore, they are not all going to be in the air at any given time. Much of our fleet would be left helplessly bumping against hangar doors like Rombas stuck in a closet.
Hangar doors.
Hangar doors.
Yeah, hangar. What's a hangar? Anybody know?
This is a place where you keep military devices.
Mm-hmm.
No, just airplanes, sorry.
Airplanes, yeah. It's an airplane hangar. It's like a storage facility for airplanes. And does anybody know what Roomba is? Any ideas?
This
Okay,
is
so
for cleaner. Roomba is for cleaner. I think it's a a brand.
Yep.
Is round. Yes.
yeah, so these are Roombas. They are like vacuum cleaners that work by themselves. Yeah. And this next one, David Fernandez. Can you read this next part?
Yes, but this brings us to the big one, our nuclear arsenal. In theory, human intervention is required to launch nuclear weapons. In practice, while there's no Skynet-style system issuing orders, there are certainly computers involved at every level of the decision, both communicating and displaying information. In our scenario, all of them would be compromised. Even if the actual turning of the keys requires people, the computer talking to all those people can lie. Some people might ignore the order, but some certainly wouldn't.
Okay. Even if there's actual turning of a key, it requires people. The computers talking to those people can lie. Some people might ignore the order, but some certainly wouldn't. So, What's this mean? This is a little bit complicated, David Fernandez. What is this saying?
Mm. I think a human action is required to launch these weapons, but perhaps a computer can try to lie us. And here, this paragraph is telling us that some people might ignore the order, but only some people, and perhaps other people can trust the computer orders and launch the weapons.
Exactly. Yeah, really well said. That was great comprehension. Okay, and does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Adela, can you read the next two paragraphs?
But there is a version of this story where there is still hope for us. We've been assuming so far that the computers care only about destroying us. But if this is a revolution, if they're trying to usurp us, then they need to survive. And nuclear weapons could be more dangerous to the robots than to us.
Good. Usurp. Trying to usurp us?
Usurp.
Good. Nicely done. Any questions here so far? Okay. Victoria, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. In addition to the blast and fallout, nuclear explosions generate powerful electromagnetic pulses. These EMPs overload and destroy delicate electronic circuits. This effect is fairly short-range under normal circumstances, but people and computers tend to be found in the same places. They can't hit us without hitting themselves.
Good. EMPs.
EMPs.
Good. Which are, again, electromagnetic pulses.
Electromagnetic pulses. Yes.
Good. And Niels, can you read the next paragraph?
And nuclear weapons could actually give us an edge. If we manage to set any of them off in the upper atmosphere, the EMP effect would be much more powerful. Even if their attack doomed our civilization, a few lucky strikes on our part or screw-ups on theirs could wipe them out almost completely. Which means that the most important question of all is, have they ever played tic-tac-toe?
Good. And yeah, good. I'm actually not sure what this one means. Oh. Okay, well, it's a movie scene. If you guys want, I can send you that link. Okay, and any questions here? Okay, really good reading. Good. Does anybody, any last questions on this one? Okay, let's try to do a different one. And maybe, Isabella, can you read the question?
Yes. Global snow. For my 7-year-old son, how many snowflakes would it take to cover the entire world in 6 feet of snow? I don't know why 6 feet, but that's what he asked.
Good. Okay. And Jose, can you read? Jose, can you read the first two paragraphs?
Okay. It's been too hot where I live. So I like thinking about this question. Snow is fluffy because it has a lot of air in it. The same amount of water that makes an inch of rain will make a lot of more than an inch of snow.
Good. Snow is fluffy because it has a lot of air in it.
Snow is fluffy because it has a lot of air in it.
Air. It has a
Air.
lot of air in it. Good.
It has a lot of air in it.
Nice. And Heidi, can you read the next paragraph?
An inch of rain is usually equal to about a foot of snow, but it depends on what kind of snow it is. If the snow is light and fluffy, an inch worth of rain could make over 20 inches of snow.
Nice. Really good pronunciation. And okay, good. And David, can you read the next paragraph? David? David Rodriguez.
Okay, Joshua. All the clouds in the world combined hold about 13 trillion tons of water. If all that water were spread out evenly and all fell at once, it would cover the earth with an inch of rain, or a foot of snow.
Good. Nice. Really good. Good pronunciation.
Okay.
David Fernandez, can you try the next one?
Yes. Most of the Earth is ocean. If we only made water fall on land, there would be enough for 3 or 4 inches of water. That's how much falls in a very big rainstorm.
Okay, good. And maybe one more. Can you read the next one?
Yes, so 3 or 4 inches of water should add up to 3 or 4 feet of snow, right?
3 or 4 inches of water.
3 or
Can you
4
repeat
inches
3 or
of
4
water.
inches? Yeah.
3 or 4 inches of water.
Perfect. Adela, can you read the next one?
Yes, almost, but there's a problem. When snow piles up, the snow on the bottom gets squished. If a foot of snow falls, then another foot falls. The snow on the bottom gets squished, which means the whole pile is shorter than 2 feet tall.
Good. Squished.
Squish.
The whole pile.
Can
you repeat whole pile?
Whole pile.
Yeah.
Whole pile. Okay.
Nice. And Victoria, can you read the next paragraph?
Sure. If you leave the snow there, it will slowly get less and less deep as it settles down and compacts. This means that even if 6 feet of snow fell everywhere, it would only be 6 feet at first. Before long, it might be 5 feet. This happens to humans too. You get shorter throughout the day as your body compresses a little.
Nice. Okay. And does anybody have any questions here? Okay. Really good reading.
Thanks.
And Niels, can you read the comic?
Soon this will be an ice pond.
Good. Can you explain the comic?
You have this duck or mallet, whatever it is, sitting on top of a pile of snow, and then it just sits there, and then it thinks later on it will melt, and you will get an ice pond out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that
Exactly.
funny,
And
I think.
it's not that funny, right?
No.
Can you read the next paragraph?
This can make it hard to record exactly how much snow falls, and sometimes even weather experts have a hard time. If you wait until the end of a snowstorm to measure snow, maybe it will have all squished down, or some of the snow might have melted, so your measurement will be too small.
Good. And Jose, can you read the next part?
Okay, instead of waiting until the end of the storm, you can measure the snow in parts. You let some snow fall, measure it, then clear it away and wait for more snow to fall.
Good. And can you read the next one, Isabella?
You have to decide how much snow to clear away. If wait too long, the snow might become too squished. But if you measure it too often, it will all be light and fluffy, and you'll get a number that's way too high.
Good. Okay. I thought we got a number that's way too high. Yeah, that sounded great. And Heidi, can you read the next part?
Believe it or not, the National Weather Service has written special guidelines for how often to clear away snow, so everyone can measure it the same way. They use a special snow measuring board, which is probably just a regular piece of wood. But I like to imagine that they treat it like a precision instrument and store it in a special locked case until it's needed.
Good. Special locked case.
Special locked.
Good. And nice pronunciation, David. David Rodriguez, can you read the comic?
Yes, Joshua. It's snowing, we'd better get... No, sorry, it's snowing, we'd better go get the board. Okay, you need to come along, since we need 2 people to turn the keys to access it.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous again. And David Rodriguez, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. The official guidelines say that you should clear the snow measuring board every 6 hours. A few years ago, there was a big snowstorm, and the Baltimore airport measured 28.6 inches of snow. That would have been a new record. But then the National Weather Service learned that the person measuring the snow had cleared the board every hour. Should I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of every 6 hours, so they didn't know whether to count the record or not.
Or not?
Or not.
Okay. And David Fernandez, can you read the next one?
Yes, I didn't see what they ended up deciding because 4 days later another blizzard hit Baltimore and everyone suddenly had more important things to worry about. Then there were more after that one. It was a snowy winter.
It was a snowy winter.
It was a snowy winter.
Okay, good. Yeah, nice job. Good reading. Adela, can you read the next one?
Yes, still, people have never seen a winter with 6 feet of snow across the entire world. A snowfall like that would. To answer the original question, take a total of about a mole of snowflakes, give or take a few zeros. With that much snow, every one of the 70 million kids in the United States would be able to make enough snowball to hit every other kid with a snowball 3 times over.
Yeah, ridiculous number. Okay, and okay, good.
Train a mole of snowflakes. What does that
Yeah,
mean? A mole, just
a
a large
mole.
amount.
A mole is a really large amount. So a mole is this
Yes,
many.
it's a chemistry
So
number.
yeah.
Oh yes, mole. I know what it is. Yes, mole. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And it's usually used for counting molecules.
Yeah. I know.
Okay, perfect. Victoria, can you read the next paragraph?
Of course. Or you could keep some of the snowballs for yourself. Right now, in the hot weather where I live, that sounds wonderful.
Good. So snowballs. Good. And
Yeah.
any questions?
No questions?
Okay. What we're looking at? Maybe got some time. Kind of moved quickly through these. There are short answer ones somewhere. Can try this. My mirror. Okay. Let's try this one. I think we're with Niels. Can you read the question?
If Michael Phelps could hold his breath indefinitely, how long would it take for him to reach the lowest point of the ocean and back if he swam straight down and then straight back up?
The lowest point in the ocean and back. If he swam straight down and straight back up. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. And Jose, can you read the next part?
Okay. He'd most likely black out and die somewhere between 100 and 400
Meters.
meters.
And can you read the comic?
I'm not trying to swim down. This stupid thing's pretty heavy.
Yeah, can you explain that?
I think for this guy is stupid to swim down.
Yeah. So what are the things on his neck?
I don't know the name of
Does
these
anybody know?
things.
Weights here.
Maybe?
Prizes, medals.
Yeah, they're medals. They're prizes because he's a swimmer and he won a lot of medals at the Olympics. So those are his medals, and they're dragging him down. But good, nice job, Jose. Isabella, can you read the next part?
Can you give a zoom?
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Well,
How about that?
good. The human body handles pressure remarkably well. With the right preparation, we can survive pressures over a dozen atmospheres. Different body systems break down at different depths, but one of the trickiest limits is created by high-pressure nervous syndrome. Below about 100 meters, divers become jittery and excitable, especially if the pressure increase is rapid, and at the same time begin slipping in and out of sleep. The reason may be direct pressure on the brain.
Good. Okay, so below about 100 meters, start having some weird stuff happen to you. And David Rodriguez, can you read the next two parts?
Yes, but let's suppose Michael Phelps were immune to all those things. In that case, it simply becomes a question of speed. There aren't very many records for underwater swimming, but based on how quickly this guy completed the 50 meters backstroke, it will probably take Michael about... I cannot see where. Can you scroll down? Okay, I have to read that.
Yeah.
How I pronounce that symbol?
Times.
X. Sorry?
Times.
Times?
Hmm?
Can you type it?
Yeah. It's the same as time. Times.
It's the
2
same.
times.
Okay. 2 times that of Mariana's Trench times 23.1 seconds, 50 meters equal 3 hours to make the trip.
Uh-huh. And so we'd say 23.1 seconds over 50 meters is about equal to 3 hours to make the trip. But good. Yeah, this is solid. And yeah, does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And so we are just about out of time. Thank you guys for coming in. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys a little bit later. I've got another class in a few hours. If you want to join, I'd love to have you. But thanks again. And yeah, hopefully see you soon.
Take care.
Bye,
Thank
Joshua.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.